rain. Good way to start. Well, I'm at the portage from Penn Lake up to Clydegale Lake, and it's lovely down here. More cascading rapids and a little bit of a rocky climb uphill. The portage is short, but it's up and down, and the beginning's a little hazardous, so wear good footwear and watch for slippery rocks. Well, here we are. This is the falls between Clydegale Lake and Penn Lake. It's really quite spectacular. Beautiful, beautiful rocks. And you can see Penn way down at the end there. Gorgeous. Well, I heard that there's a good chance of seeing moose on Clydegale, and yeah, as soon as I put in, there's a nice bull over there. So, tourists, more tourists. Aren't you guys done yet? Let him go back to doing what he's doing. Gotta find a site. Well, the forecast is for a very quiet, still, sunny day. And it looks that way. Absolutely fabulous morning. It's about 9:30. Sun's finally burning off the last of the morning fog. Time to get in the canoe, go for a paddle. Hi, it's late in the afternoon on Saturday, and the day has been spectacular. It had promised to be sunny and very little wind, and weatherman was right. So I've stopped at the island campsite. I've been paddling the whole shoreline of the lake today, just out for a nice paddle since it's such a beautiful day, and stopped at this island campsite, the one island campsite on Clydegale Lake, and I'd read a lot of really good things about it. It is a really nice campsite. So I'm putting on a little fire. Didn't have a fire last night. It ended up being way too late by the time I got in and got set up and everything. I just kiboshed the idea of even trying to collect wood and getting a fire going. So I'm going to have my first fire now. Just filtering a little bit of water because I need to fill up my Nalgene bottle and get some hydration in me, but enjoying it here on Clydegale Lake. Well, it's a lovely ending to a really spectacular day. It was calm, barely any wind. It was sunny. The sun was so warm on my back as I paddled away from it. It was warming. It was absolutely spectacular. It's going to make up for tomorrow, which the weatherman tells me is going to be rainy. So I have set up a nice tarp and I am ready for the rain. Nothing says good night like a hot chocolate and a fire. Well, good morning or good afternoon. Yep, weatherman was definitely right. It's certainly a windy, rainy day today. It's been raining since last night, the early hours, and rain actually kept me up pretty much on and off quite a bit of the night. It was raining solid this morning, so I didn't even get out of bed till 10. I laid in bed and read for a while, and then finally pulled myself out when it slowed down and started drizzling. I've been sitting under my tarp since. I've kind of altered my fireplace, so I'm hoping to put a fire on in a little while. We'll see if the rain lets up. If it's just, you know, misting, that's okay, but I kind of turned... This campsite is not really good for setting up a tarp close to the fire pit, that's for sure. It's very wide open, so I had to get ingenious and use a lot of poles and stuff to hold it up. But yeah, I kind of turned the fire pit around to face me. So I might try a fire in a little bit. We'll see, and I will make sure to put the fire pit back to the way it was before I leave. I'm also going to pack out a few things on my way out. The previous campers have left some bags behind, and they left this lovely camp chair that I'm sitting in. It's a Coleman camp chair. They left it behind, but I'm making good use of it. I didn't bother opening my chair. I've just been using this one. It's actually really big and comfortable, but I'll take it with me because it's going to be trashed by the end of the winter anyway, and we shouldn't be leaving things behind. But I'm just enjoying some coffee now, and I'm going to continue reading and just relaxing. I'm just going to have a camp day. Hi, so looks like the rain has stopped, at least for the time being. It's about 3 o'clock, I think, now. And just wanted to take you for a quick tour of this campsite, which is the first campsite on this lake. And just so you know, oftentimes I don't really like first campsites because they're so close to the portage. You see lots of people going by, and it gets, you know, it's not very private. But this one's actually quite private because it's slightly down from the portage and around the corner. So you will see people go down the lake, and they may pass you thinking this campsite's over or open. But for the most part, it is pretty private for a first campsite so close to the portage. There's a second one right across from this one on the opposite side of the lake, but let's have a look at this one. It is a really quite nice campsite. Not the best ideal campsite for this weather, but because I got in so late, I really just wanted to get onto a campsite and get set up. So let's have a look. So the first thing is it's got a really nice put in takeout, nice beachy spot, so you can easily get out of your canoe and get all your canoe and gear up and out of the water. And if you come up into here, it's loaded with conifers here, but this lake has a great mix of not just conifers, but also a lot of birch too, interspersed amongst it. And I've been on lakes that there wasn't a lot of birch, but this has a lot of birch and a lot of cedar too. So this area is really, really lovely. I love that the floor is carpeted in needles. It's nice and soft and spongy underfoot. I just love it. I'm obviously parked down here a little bit out of the wind, just to keep myself a little warmer at night, but it's quite a large open space down here, so lots of space to set yourself up. There is a thunderbox way in the back there. The only thing I will say about that is it's not particularly private, because the sitting area is up at the top of the hill here, and anybody standing up could probably look down and see you pulling your pants up. So you might want to bring a tarp if you're sharing company with other people, just to put up for a little bit of privacy, unless you don't care. And then up top here, a little bit of a climb to get all your gear up here, but it's not too bad, is the sitting area. There is space, obviously, if weather permitting, you want to set up a tent up here, you could do that also. But this is really more of a social area. There is a bit of a table that's been created between these two trees for food prep, which is all right. But lovely. It's got visibility 3 ways around the campsite on the lake, which is great for a view. It's got a great fire pit, big fire pit. The only thing for me that was difficult was, given the time of year and knowing that it would be rainy and cold and windy, there weren't a lot of trees up here really to create a tarp situation, so did the best I could. Didn't work out too badly. I like to be kind of close to the fire, so you can make a fire and sit in the comfort of the fire out of the wind, and actually it worked quite well. So that's pretty much it. That's my site, and I'm going to go now and enjoy my fire. I've waited all day to get a fire going because it's just been so rainy and wet. I really needed to wait until the rain subsided. It's kind of misting and spitting occasionally now, but hopefully it'll hold off until later on this evening. I don't mind. Once I go to bed, it can rain all at once. See you later. Bye-bye. It's the Coleman camp chair that got left behind. Not bad. Now the table's seen better days. It's just one big hole now, but the chair itself is great. Love it. It's been very comfortable. before I left, I would do a review on a new PFD that I bought. I'm no expert on these, but this is actually only the second one I've ever bought. This is by Solquist, and the one I had before that I have been using for a number of years is from Mountain Equipment Company. It's their women's specific MAC brand. And it served me very, very well. It's a good piece of equipment, but there were a couple issues I had with it. I'm only 5'2". I've got a short little neck, I've got a short torso, and I found that that particular vest tended to ride very high on me. I felt very choked by it. The fit, the comfort level of it was good. It conforms to a woman's figure well, so they've nailed that with it, but I just found it very, very bulky and choking. The other thing I wasn't crazy about was it had one pocket. It was a very flat pocket. It did not expand at all. And for me, I really wanted my vest to serve the purpose of being able to house some equipment that I could use in an emergency. Because God forbid, if you go on the drink, it's a bad day, everything's gone wrong, and you're swimming for shore and all you have on you is your vest. Hopefully you've got a few pieces of equipment there that'll get you through the next 24, 48 hours if need be. God willing, that never happens. Anyway, so I looked into the Solquist brand, and this is the one I got. I got the pink. I went pink. I love color. And went all girly on this one. But what I really love about this vest is it doesn't choke me. It sits down very low. I have a lot of freedom here, and the arm openings on it come way out to here, so you've got great rotation when you're paddling in the water, which is fantastic. So comfort wise, it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The other thing I really, really love about it, I didn't want a vest that, I've seen a few that had all pockets for this, that, and the other, but I did want some. This was great. It has two pockets, and both of them expand, so you can fill them up, whether you want to put emergency equipment in them, as I do, or whether you want to put snacks in them for, you know, your day's paddle. The pockets come in very, very handy, and there's the other one there. And again, it expands out also. So great job with that, love it. The other thing it has that I really, really like is on either side, you've got hand warmers. So you put your nice little cold paws in there and you warm them up. It's great. And the one side is fleece lined. I wish they had both sides fleece lined, but the one side is fleece lined, so it's quite warm and cozy. Is there anything I don't like about it? The one thing I would say that I didn't think was as great as my previous vest was how it conformed to my body type. Although it is molded for a woman's figure, I'm going to put it on here. I think I feel loose here, I feel loose in the waist, and I don't feel like it's giving me enough in the chest where ladies need it. So I think, particularly maybe for larger girls, I think they could do a bit better job, as Mountain Equipment did with their brand, of making it conform to a woman's shape a little bit better. It's a little squishy, but other than that, that is the only negative thing I have to say about it. Like I said, great range of motion right here. Nice, flat, low down. It doesn't ride up under my neck and choke me as my previous one did. I love my new Solquist vest. So that's it. Gonna have my snack and get back out there. Time for me to get home. Okay, I have been waiting for this all day. Butter on my muffin. I'm so happy right now. Look at that. Yummy. Baked over the fire. This is a great treat. Well, I'm almost back at the parking lot. It's a great 4 days. Just saw my first motorboat go by with the first people I've seen in the 4 days that I've been out here. So it was very peaceful, very quiet. Absolutely nobody was camping. So I kind of had the whole end of this end of Algonquin to myself, it felt like. And that was okay with me.